Podcast is still moving. Had to grab the book out. I hope I edit this right for you all. So, this is the part of the podcast which I'm going to just start throwing in there. The podcast was set up primarily for me to kind of let you guys know more about this book and more about the conversation. But what I decided to do going forward is, every once in a while read some excerpts of the book. The book's name is Red Brick Roads, From Facing Life to Living Life, written by yours truly, D. Hall. Some of the stuff that I even discuss in the book will be some of our conversations in the podcast. Some of these characters that I discuss in my book will be invited on my podcast. We will discuss some of this stuff in the book. I'm going to go ahead and read the prelude. Please subscribe to the podcast. There's a lot more fun stuff to come, man. I'm trying to keep it lighthearted, but I'm trying to keep it serious enough for us all to understand that life is short and we dictate our own success, I don't believe in feeling sorry for yourself. So this episode was based on forgiveness. I did leave out the fact that I feel that I have been forgiven from the Lord for a lot of my transgressions. I'm still hard on myself for forgiving myself because I was raised from some outstanding parents, man. My pops is the bomb. My mom's a great lady. And, I chose the streets, but they also chose me just depending on what side of the coin you look at it. But, I was a fair participant in some of the bullshit that came my way. With that said, I'm going to read the prelude to my book. This is on the second podcast about forgiveness. But after you hear how the book starts and some of the conversations we're going to have going forward, this is just going to give you a little something to go with, a little meat on the bone to say. Because if you don't know me, you're going to need some meat on the bone. If you know me, you're already like, oh, this motherfucker wild. So anyway, here we go. Let's get the prelude started. Red Brick Roads, Facing Life to Living Life. As I sit here looking at my blank computer screen, I wonder to myself, why did it take me so long to write this motherfucker? By now, if you have not noticed, this book's not intended to be kind, cute, or politically correct. This book's meant to be true, direct, and real as, yeah, you guessed it, a motherfucker. I'm not trying to shock or alienate anyone, but if you're not willing to handle my choice of vocabulary to get to the truth, you should put this book down immediately. It's going to get a lot hotter than that. Without me writing in the fashion of how it all went down, you'll never know or feel the full magnitude of events to follow. There's all sorts of excuses of why I didn't finish this book in the past, from crash hard drives to lost manuscripts. Moving from town to town, new jobs, new hustles, new pains, new joys in life, and oh yes, prison stints and lost family members. There's no more excuses. This story must be shared, and I'll get it started. This book's about a husband, a son, a father, a brother, and a friend. It's also a story about a student, an artist, an entrepreneur, a thief, a drug dealer, and a pimp. And last, but most importantly, not least, one of a convicted murderer. This is a story I know intimately because I played the above characters. Why didn't I tell this before? Now the answer is fear. Fear of acceptance and fear of my past pains to surface. Through perseverance, I've overcome these fears, and this passage gives me strength as I write this. Yea, though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I'll fear no evil. Thou art with me, thy rod and staff, they comfort me. Everything in this book is true to the best of my alcohol and weed-induced memories. Through the truth, I will comfort and conquer my fear. I hope not to dwell or glorify past events because I moved on positively with my life. By telling, I hope to inspire at least one person to avoid some pitfalls I've made in life and overcome as I have. To my readers, learn from my successes and many mistakes. I also plan to leave a path for those less traveled to follow, a blueprint to happiness. This book's dedicated to the Lord through Jesus Christ. All things are possible. To my inspirations, Chase and Noah, my sister Terry, my mom, pops, grandma, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, and enemies. And oh yes, old hoes and haters. God bless you all. As you take this journey with me throughout my life, keep in mind something my mama once told me. Watch what you ask for, you might just get it. If I've forgotten anything or anyone, as I say, oh well, I hope you enjoy, and God bless you all. With that said, it's going down. Book will be out by the end of the year. Pay attention to the podcast. That will be updated. Inserts. I'm gonna send a link to my website. We got a website. I got a website up. This is all coming straight from the grassroots of D Hall. This is all the grind that I was ever taught to learn to put it into myself. So with that said, I'm practicing on forgiveness, but I'm going to start by telling my truth. I'm going to start by telling my story. And I'm going to do it truthfully. I was never always in the right, but I was about 80% right. So, but that 20%, I know I fucked up. So for those that I did things to, and those that I truly can't take it back, man, I hope you find a little position in your heart to just forgive me. Maybe with what I'm doing now, show somebody else how to love and do what we supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, and ain't no takebacks. Because same thing go with those that fucked me off. Ain't no takebacks. I just got to learn to love life, take care of my family, and watch suckers to stay away from them. You know what I'm saying? Because it only takes so many motherfucking licks to get to the center of a goddamn lollipop. Remember that? Y'all stay up. Until next time, I got more funny shit to say. I'm going to leave y'all with this one too, though. My dad told me, man. I'm going to tell you like the tub told the toilet. I might get a little ass, but I ain't taking all that shit. With that said, I'm signing off. Catch you next time. Deuces.